Alright, so I finally got around to doing this build. It is a sub 100 hour build. Everything you see here you can get for under $500. That is including 32 gigs of RAM, ECC to mention. We got an RX 480, which is capable of playing just about any game at 1080p, 60 frames per second, high to ultra settings. This is the 4GB edition because I wanted to save $50. So your mileage may vary if you want to spend that $50 or not. Snapchat's going off. This is when I get on my streaks. It's about 10 o'clock at night. Anyway, let's continue. So I have 12 core, 22 cores. Okay, running at, I think, 2.1 gigahertz, so the lower frequency. But as we've seen, the new APIs are taking advantage of the higher core count. But this was not built for a gaming machine, even though I'm going to call it a gaming machine. I did make a lot of modifications, painting the motherboard, spray painting some stuff. Like the coolers here, these are spray painted. I left the fins on spray painted because that's what matters. Just the tops are spray painted because it just looked ugly. And I was going for a black and red theme here. Who the heck needs boxes? We got it right here. Just throw the box out. Or I will, of course. So we got some fans here. What were these? $15 a piece. So you got $30 right there. Okay. You got this. It's 4 USB ports, 1 internally. That's because a server motherboard only comes with 2 USB ports. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to go this route. These are Opterons, AMD Opterons, by the way. It's like a 6172, I think. These are based on the Phenom 2 core, not the Bulldozer core. That's when you get into the 6217, something like that. It's the 2 and the 3 series. I got the first gen. So I'm going to stick with it because I was going to do a 32 core. And then I realized they were based off the Bulldozer ones. And these are true 22 cores. RX 480, which is $200 because it's a 4GB. I picked the Sapphire one for a number of reasons. This is the Sapphire Nitro, and the reason why I picked this was because power connectors on the back. Comes with a back plate that does not, that flows with my theme. I mean, it's silver, but it has the black, and it's not all like, it's not dedicated. Yes, you might mention about MSI. They did not have the power connector on the back, or it was some other reason. Plus, I like it that I can change this RGB logo to whatever I want, so I'm going to make it red, of course. And it's just a good overall. I know why I didn't think I went with the MSI. This one has 2 HDMI ports. I did not want to buy a adapter, so I run 2 HDMI and a DVI. That is why I got this. So we got 32 gigs of ECC RAM here. Now this is low profile. I'm dropping stuff over here. Low profile RAM. So it looks nice. I put them in orange slots so you can't see the orange because it is a black and red theme build. Let's put that back. They were about $40, so we got 80, 70, 270 right here. Now here's the bulk of it is right here. This is the bulk. This cost me about 200 and let's see, cooler, Hold on. What did I get with it? There was something I got with it. Oh, CPU. So it was $206, okay? $206 plus $260. What does that leave us? $466 right now? Oh, no. $476, my bad, because of something else. 10 gigabit NIC. This is a SFP, I believe, connector. I bought this because I will be upgrading to 10 gigabit in my house. And so, I got this. $30. You might be asking me, since it is a server board, where is your audio? Right here. I use the audio pass-through with the HDMI to my monitor, to my headphones. So, I mean, I'm forgetting something over there. Knew I was going to forget something. So, like, main majority of the hardware is costing you like $500. I mean, I'm not including the case because that may vary. Not including power supply, not including storage. Because all that can vary. But to get 22 core hardware wise, this is what you're going to get. Hopefully I'm not out of focus. But this is what I was forgetting. I was forgetting the 1.5 terabyte hard drive that I will be using. Yes. Now you might be asking me, you just slammed that hard drive. It's not going to work. You just killed it. You just killed a valuable hard drive. Let's see. Slam it again. Because it will work. Hard drives aren't as fragile as you guys might think so, and I treat my hardware a little rough, if you want to say. Alright, so these fans, you might be asking me, like, what the hell is all this shit? I'm going to tell you that. It's low noise adapters. And basically, what this does is it lets my fans run at 1200 RPMs. I was trying to go the cheap old route and just put my resistor on there, but that didn't end up working. I have no idea why. Maybe my math was off, but anyway. Oh yeah, and these are glued together, and you will see why when I start building this. I'm going to do kind of like a montage. I'm just trying to get all the parts list out of the way. So I have a 64 and a 256 gigabyte hard drives in here. Not hard drives, SSDs. And then I got a 1.5 terabyte hard drive for the rest of the game library and whatnot. You might see in here, if you can, I got some red and black cable sleeving going on. And that is basically, I did that. And it looks okay. I mean, next time I would have bought it, but I was cheaping out right now. And yeah, and that sleeve job right there would have cost me like $25 to buy a cable extension. I would have had more cable in the back that I didn't want to deal with. Painted the case. It was an awful silver, old-fashioned color. You did not want to see it. So it's now black. Did that previously. Fans, they're Corsair 120, SP120s. And then I have a top one, which is a Cooler Master Jet Flow series. It is one of the nicest fans I ever put in a case. It's a $15 fan. 16, my bad, 16. And yeah, I gotta buy 2 more of them, and then I gotta buy 2 more SP120s, but right now I'm just gonna leave it as is, because it's not really a big deal. It's cool and everything, just fine. And yeah, on my motherboard, I did paint the PCI Express slots. I'm pulling a Linus over here, because he did paint a motherboard. Anyway, so I painted these PCI slots. So they're black and not white, because that white's ugly. And so, let's get to building this. Alright, so we got some, power supply down here. Not the best one, just a cheap one. I mean, it doesn't blow up or anything on me, so that's good. Alright, so the first step is, if you were to do this yourself, you're going to have a eATX board, which basically means that your lines for an ATX case is not going to line up. I did do some modifications to this case, like I took out the ROM over here, and then the quick swap bay or whatnot. Alright, so let's get this installed. Now, this is kind of complicated, especially when I have a camera in my face. But, yeah, this crap has to go up, so I think I'm going to put this down. Okay, so I think I can put this in there. Think is the key word, without breaking anything. And, I guess music will play. Alright, so I'm pretty much all the way zoomed in, and what we're going to do is we're just going to screw in the screws and whatnot and put in some RAM, you know? So, yep. Oh yeah, and you will have to relocate some standoffs. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Because not all of them will line up, like I said before. You're going to have to remove some, and then you're going to have to add some. So you got to add this one, and then there's another one around here somewhere that you got to add. I think it's up here by the RAM. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. Oh yeah, that's another thing. You will need a power supply that supports 2 CPU outs. So keep that in mind. Most 800 watts and above will support it though. Alright, so pretty much just about everything's in. I gotta find the front USB stuff so I can see if I can put in the rest. Yeah, everything looks like it's all over there, so I can continue installing this. I'm gonna install this one first, so it goes on the bottom. Don't know if you can see it. Got my SSD connector. Got my graphics card. Alright, so these pins and those pins are the ones I gotta focus on. Them and them. So let's get started hooking them up. Forgetting all about the fans. So let's install these. And do you guys see why I glued these two together? Because I took out the ROM that goes here, so there was no fan support. So I just screwed this one in, and this one floats up top. How smart am I? Not too bad now.